Welcome to the lesson on resumes. Our objective for this lesson is to determine what makes a good resume. This is AgCom 400 and I'm Dr. Laurie Baker. Well, once you decide which job to apply for, you will likely want to create a resume. It's an excellent thought, but it may not be as easy as you think. You can't simply dust off the resume that you used for all of your previous jobs. You really need to cater each resume to a specific job, grad school, or internship. You may be thinking, why? Isn't this a big pain? Well, yes, but it will be important for you to get the job that you want. It's important to tailor them specifically. Oftentimes, one size does not fit all, particularly with regard to resumes. Each person and employer is unique in certain ways and would like to see different things in a resume. Aim for a custom fit whenever possible. How, may you ask? Well, it's important to find out which information is really relevant to hiring managers. And this information can be found directly in the job description or the job posting, or maybe with a little bit of digging. Make sure that the resume's content supports your career goal. Make sure the resume is keyword rich and packed with the appropriate buzzwords. The way you will know the appropriate buzzwords is examining the job posting carefully. Look in that description for keywords that they are looking for in an employee, and adapt your resume to highlight those skills that meet those qualifications in the job description. There are some general guidelines for college students that you need to remember. Very first, you want to go reverse chronological order by ending date. So here is an example. Specifically, tailored objective statements are important. And at the end of this lesson today, we'll go over a little bit on how you can do that. Your education will go the very first, and you need to be strategic in describing unrelated work experience. Many of you will have jobs on campus that may not seem directly related to your future career field. However, you can translate some of those skills into applicable things within the job description. So maybe you had a job working in the union at Subway, let's say, and inside the job description for the current job you're applying for, they say they want somebody that works on a team and somebody that can manage a budget. Well, you can talk about your experience managing money in that position, and you can talk about your experience working with other team members, maybe even leading a small team or training new people. Those experiences will be valuable even if that job is not particularly that relevant to the job that you're applying for now. So maybe leave out some of the details that don't add value and highlight the skills and achievements that really do. Of course, I'm not saying to lie or grossly exaggerate the truth. That's definitely not what I want you to do. Just put your best foot forward and highlight the positive. Also pick the right resume length. 1 page is a good general rule unless you have enough to fill 2 pages. Now, if you have enough to fill 2 full pages, go ahead and do that. But never, ever, ever staple those together. Instead, use a front and back format so that way that second page never gets lost. There are a few things that every resume should include. Very first, your name and contact information, an objective statement, your education, your work experience, skills, awards and honors, and references. I'm going to go into a little more detail about some of these and go into some more on our second resume lesson. Very first, your contact information. What should you include? Include your full name, your permanent address, and your campus address if those two are different. Also include your phone number, and make sure that phone number, if it's your cell phone, has an appropriate ringback tone if it has that, or an appropriate message. This is not the time to have a message that on your outgoing message that says, "Oh, if you're the hot chick I met at the bar last night, please leave your number here." Always remember to have a professional outgoing message at all times when you're on the job hunt. You never know when they might call for an interview. Also do the same with your email address. Include your email address and make sure it's a professional choice. Not the time for a cutesy email. You must be professional if you want to be taken seriously. A poor example here is Wildcat 56. This is a no-no. However, it is a little bit better than Sexy Wildcat 56. We definitely want to stay away from those. Instead, choose an email address that is something similar to your name. You're never going to regret choosing a form of your name as your email address. Also include a website if you have one. Okay, a little bit more about descriptive tailor objective statements. Let's take a look at an example. A summer internship in a sales and marketing position at Owens Corning, where I can employ my team building skills, versatility to create new ideas. Excellent job here. First of all, they tell you what they're looking for. A summer internship, specifically in a sales and marketing position at Owens Corning. An employer can look at that and say, wow, they really want to work here. They can also look and see, oh, they have team building skills, versatility, and they like to create new ideas. Now, if I had to guess, all three of those things were in some form in the job description. Remember, we always want to tie back to that job description. Let's look at another example. Now, this example is also an excellent choice. It doesn't go as specific into saying the company that they want to work for, but it does say that it's a full-time position they're seeking as a systems analyst, which would allow them to use their specific skills in programming, technical writing, supervising skills, and leading a group of employees. Again, all of those things are tied to that job description. One more example for you here. This one's a little more general, but it still says they're looking for a summer internship as a project engineer with a construction company. They don't mention which one, so likely they're applying to multiple construction companies, which is fine. And they've highlighted some of their skills that will be important for this type of internship. So it's important that you find out what things are important for an internship or a job that you're seeking. This is the end of Resumes Part 1. Please see Resumes Part 2 for more details on other items you should include inside your resume.